BTS News Today. Since the initial announcement of the BTS members' conscription, the world's attention has never receded from the 7 young men who have conquered the global stage. They are not just a symbol of music, but rather an emblem of love, dedication, and hope for millions of fans around the world. Among the 7 members, 2 names, Jimin and Jungkook, or more familiarly called Jikook by the army, are always in the spotlight that never goes out. Their deep closeness has given rise to thousands of theories, stories, and hopes from fans. But no one expected that the two would be at the center of a huge vortex of controversy that shook the South Korean military and left the army community flabbergasted. Today, exactly 1 hour ago, South Korean media reported shocking news. Jimin and Jungkook reportedly broke military rules for the sake of something unprecedented in the entire history of K-pop idol conscription. An internal source from the military stated that the two unlawfully conducted an unscheduled meeting in the official logistical records of their divisions. What exactly happened? Why did the 2 youngest members of BTS take such a big risk? And what was the reaction of ARMY, which has always been known as the most loyal fandom in the world? According to an exclusive report first released by one of the Korean news channels, this incident occurred in the early hours of Korean time, when the atmosphere in the barracks is usually very calm. In such an atmosphere, Jimin, who is currently stationed in one of the special units near Seoul, reportedly asked permission to leave under the pretext of attending an internal meeting with medical personnel. But a few hours later, internal CCTV footage showed Jimin heading to one of the highly guarded special military areas where Jungkook, a fellow BTS member, was serving as part of the intensive training division. What makes this act considered an offense is the fact that under normal conditions, military members are not allowed to change units or visit personnel from different units without a special authorization letter from the commander. However, the interim report mentions that there are no official records indicating the existence of such an approval. More surprisingly, an officer who did not want to be named said Jimin was seen carrying something neatly wrapped, a small box believed to be a gift or an emotional symbol. What happened after that meeting? Surveillance cameras only recorded about 7 minutes of interaction between Jimin and Jungkook. Although there is no audio, their expressions are very emotional. Jungkook looked surprised as if he hadn't expected Hyung to come. They stood very close, talking to each other with intense hand gestures. Moments later, Jungkook seemed to wipe his eyes. Jimin then handed over the small box, patted Jungkook gently on the shoulder, then disappeared back into the darkness of the barracks hallway. This incident, of course, immediately attracted the attention of military officers. Both were summoned by their respective superiors for clarification. Until this news was revealed, there has been no official statement from the military regarding the sanctions that will be imposed. But what makes it all the more thrilling is the fact that the reason behind this offense turned out to be very personal and touching. According to a follow-up report from Dispatch and News One Media, Jimin is known to have received news that Jungkook experienced severe emotional distress after hearing about the health condition of one of his family members in Busan. Jungkook, who is known to be very secretive about his personal life, has reportedly refused to apply for leave in order to keep up with his duties as a soldier. This news made Jimin feel uneasy. He confessed to a friend in the medical unit that he could not remain silent, knowing that the sister he had regarded as part of his own soul was suffering in silence. Jimin then planned the meeting very carefully. He knows the risks. He knew that if caught, his career and reputation could be threatened. However, he did it anyway. Just to make sure that Jungkook knew that he was not alone, that there was someone who would always come, even through the harsh military rule, Demi said one important sentence: "I'm here for you." As the news spread, armies around the world reacted with surprise. Most of them actually showed great empathy and support. Twitter, Instagram, and various community platforms like Weverse and Reddit are filled with hashtags like #ProtectJikook, #JiminForJungkook, and #LoveBeyondDuty. Many fans claimed that Jimin's actions were not an offense, but real proof that love and brotherhood can go beyond any boundaries, even military ones. Meanwhile, a number of military legal experts gave a mixed response. Some said that such actions, while emotional, still require disciplinary action because they can affect the order and structure of the military. But there are also those who suggest that the military look at the emotional and mental context of the actions. In a time when the mental health of soldiers is an important concern, Jimin's actions may just be an example that empathy for fellow military members is something that cannot be ignored. Big Hit Music, BTS agency, has yet to give an official statement, but an internal source said the company is coordinating with the military to fully understand the situation. The agency also emphasized that all BTS members highly uphold their obligations as South Korean citizens, and they believe that clarification will soon be provided in a transparent manner. What is interesting is the reaction of fellow BTS members who are also undergoing military service. Jin, who had just returned from an out-of-town mission, was reportedly alarmed and immediately contacted officers to ensure that no severe action was taken against his two dongsangs. In a letter to fans, J-Hope wrote, "Sometimes we have to break a few rules to save the heart of someone we love. I'm proud of you." The world of K-pop is no stranger to controversy, but this story is different. This is not about scandals, not about gossip or rumors of romance. It is about two young men who have lived their lives under the spotlight of the cameras, who choose to put humanity and affection above all rules. And precisely because of that, they are now symbols of a new kind of courage, the courage to be there for each other when everyone says it's impossible, while the world is still digesting the news of Jimin and Jungkook's violation of military rule. The ripples generated by these events continue to reverberate throughout, not only in South Korea, but also in the United States, Europe, and Southeast Asia. International media such as Billboard, NME, and The Guardian began to raise reports of this incident, calling it a thrilling humanitarian moment behind a military fortress. One of the journalists of French origin even wrote in his editorial column, "What Jimin did was not a form of defiance, but a manifestation of love that goes beyond protocol. The world should learn from this." Some psychiatrists and mental health activists also spoke out. They emphasize how important emotional solidarity between individuals is, even in harsh military structures. Dr. Han Ji-yeon, a well-known military psychologist in Korea, stated that actions like Jimin's could be an important example of how social support can prevent potential psychological collapse. In a military world where soldiers are often asked to hide their feelings, the arrival of someone who recognizes that grief can be a lifesaver, he said in an exclusive interview. Going deeper, many began to dissect the history of the relationship between Jimin and Jungkook, trying to understand how deep the bond between them was. The two have known each other for more than 10 years, from the hard days as young trainees at Big Hit to standing on the stage of a stadium full of rumbling love from the army. In many past interviews, Jungkook referred to Jimin as home, someone who gave him comfort even amid the storms of the world. And Jimin repeatedly referred to Jungkook as the little brother he always wanted to protect.